This month we shared 9 true stories, 9 moments that didn't make headlines, 9 lives changed without applause, 9 reminders that hope doesn't arrive loudly, it arrives quietly, through people who notice, people who stay, and people who choose differently. Just breathe. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Take a full moment to reflect on what you just heard. If you missed any of these stories, or if you need them all again, stay with us until the end, because together, these stories reveal something bigger than any single moment. Psychological research is clear. Loneliness, isolation, and unresolved regret are among the strongest predictors of emotional collapse. But the same research shows something hopeful. Human connection, compassion, and second chances reverse those outcomes. Here's what that looks like when we place these stories side by side. Sometimes hope begins with something almost invisible, a seat, a name, a knock. We met the man who rode the same bus every night, not to go anywhere but to avoid going home to silence. When a driver chose to sit beside him, research confirms what happened next. One moment of human presence interrupted a downward spiral. We saw a mother, exhausted and unseen, standing at a grocery register until someone remembered her name. Studies show that recognition restores dignity and emotional resilience. And during a storm, an elderly man believed he had been forgotten until a neighbor noticed his lights never came back on. Disaster psychology tells us isolation is more dangerous than the disaster itself. Hope doesn't start with fixing everything. It starts with noticing one thing. A simple act, seemingly small, can ripple out and have a profound impact on a life forever. Then we learned something surprising. The people who save us aren't always the ones who know us. A nurse stayed 5 extra minutes. Not because policy allowed it, but because compassion demanded it. Medical research confirms that emotional reassurance improves recovery outcomes. A man stopped to help a stranger on the road and refused payment. Psychologists call this moral elevation. Kindness multiplies when it isn't exchanged. And a teacher changed a grade. Not because the work was perfect, but because belief was. The Pygmalion effect proves expectations shape futures. Sometimes the people meant to help us aren't meant to stay forever. They're meant to arrive exactly once. Connection, real human connection, is often the cure we are looking for in our darkest times. Finally, we confronted the hardest truth of all, that people are often defined by their worst moment. We saw an ex-convict save a child and become known not for his past, but for his action. Criminal justice research shows that trust given after release reduces repeat offenses dramatically. We heard about a call that was never supposed to happen, and a professional who listened anyway. Crisis intervention science confirms timing matters more than protocol. And we witnessed an apology that ended 20 years of silence. Forgiveness research shows that unresolved conflict damages both body and mind. Second chances don't erase mistakes, they allow growth to begin. Forgiveness, letting go of the past, truly sets us free to grow again. And here's what connects all 9 stories. None of these people knew the outcome. They acted anyway. Taken alone, these stories feel small, but together, they reveal a pattern. Hope survives through presence instead of distance, compassion instead of convenience, courage instead of regret. And research supports what your heart already knows. Human beings heal each other. If you've been feeling unseen, these stories are proof you are not forgotten. If you've been waiting to help someone, this is your sign. Remember this feeling, hold on to it, and carry it with you into your day. If any of these stories stayed with you, share this episode with someone who needs to remember that hope still shows up quietly. This is Echoes of Hope with Kai and Cindy, where even the darkest moments find their way back to light.